Hey, what is up, boys? Welcome back to another free picks video. Today is Flex Friday, and today is March 1st. So we're into March, guys, and February is over. And I'll go ahead and recap all of February in a little bit, because we did have a pretty insane month. But I'm just gonna go ahead and get into the free picks for today, guys. Full disclosure, it wasn't really a great board. In all honesty, I was looking through all the props, and recently Prizepicks has been super dry. Yesterday was too, and today it's even worse. They're like bumping stuff right as I'm putting it in. There's this Zion prop that I saw, and it was like a 1.5 line difference, right? He was at 29, and then the other books were at like 31. And I had it in my slip, and as I was like about to place it, it gets bumped, right? So I had to throw something together for you guys. There's a good chance that by the time you see this, some of this shit is bumped. If it is, honestly, I wouldn't even take advantage of this Flex Friday. I'm only doing this because I have to make a video for you guys about this. But nonetheless, we get the money back anyway, even if we do lose. But I do like these props. Obviously, we have McCollum over 21.5 points in rebounds. Jeremy Grant over 22.5 points. Alejandro Tobillo less than 3 break points. Jack Draper more than 5 aces. And then Paul George less than 5.5 rebounds. So the McCollum ones and Jeremy Grant ones, I kind of have a little bit of an explanation for those two. Where the fuck are the pictures, dog? So as you can see here, Jeremy Grant over 22.5 points. In the last 10 games, he's gone over this mark 60% of the time. And as you can see, it's also a positive EV play. On Prizepicks, it's minus 119 because there's VIG, as you can see, 6.95%. But without VIG, it's a minus 150 chance to hit, which is pretty positive EV. So this is actually a pretty good matchup. Also, as we can see here, the point spread minus 1.5 for Memphis. So Memphis is favored to win in this game, and it's going to be a pretty low scoring game. So as you can imagine, Jeremy Grant's going to have to be doing a bulk of that scoring on this pretty atrocious Portland team. So that's kind of the rationale for that pick. All right, and the rest of these, CJ McCollum at 20.5, he was still a good bet to go over on CJ McCollum. He has gone over a couple times, and also against Indy, it's a really good matchup. As you guys know, we bet against Indy a lot because their defense isn't great. So in this matchup, it's kind of the same, betting against it being a high-scoring game. This is one of the highest-scoring games, obviously. New Orleans is favored a little bit, I believe, but I still think this is a good matchup for CJ. Also, like I said, Indy's defense isn't amazing, so this is just what we got with the drive board. I would have gone Zion, but CJ is what I got, and he was at 20.5, and now he's at 21, but he's still favored for the same because it's a push. So we just hope basically that it's a high-scoring game. CJ goes over this mark, so we'll see. And then the two tennis ones are just great EV plays on DGF. One of the top ones on the board. Not a lot of value, so I just had to toss these ones in, obviously. And then Paul George, less than 5.5 rebounds. As we know, this Washington game, it's later on in the day. Paul George might not even play in this game, but if he does, I don't think this is going to be a close game at all. I think Washington's going to lose by a lot. With that being said, I think Paul George is definitely going to go under this amount, 5.5 rebounds, if it is a blowout. And I expect that to happen. So this is what we got for Prizepicks Flex Friday. Not too confident about this one, guys, but luckily, we don't really risk anything with Flex Friday, obviously. And obviously, if you guys need the Prizepicks code PRBMV1XP6, that is my friend code. You guys get a $100 pause match, obviously. And then Underdog, we got a couple other slips that I'm a little bit more confident about these ones, guys. But the same thing with Underdog, it's like there's not really a lot of lines today, because there's also not a lot of college basketball games. I think there's only 4 games on today. So I made 2 separate ones for you guys. I have Great Osborne and Ian Martinez, who are teammates on Air Force. Or no, they're on USU. And they're also... I'll show you the... Okay. So I got Great Osborne and Ian Martinez going under on Fantasy Score, who are on the same team. I know I don't usually do the same team, but I'll show you the reason why in a second. And then we got Giannis under 18.5 rebounds and assists. So I'll go ahead and explain this one real quick, guys. We got Giannis, as you can see, under 18.5, minus 120. In the last 5 games, I believe this is on the... No, I think I was going to say this is at home, but no. Just in his last 5 games, obviously he's gone over 80% of the time, or under 80% of the time. And this is also looking like a little bit of a blowout for Milwaukee against Chicago. You know, they do keep it close sometimes, but I still think that Giannis hasn't been hitting this that much. So we're going to go under on there. And then Nick Davidson under on fantasy score. As you can see, in the last 20 games at home... Oh, wait, no, this is the next one. I'm stupid, bro. So we got Ian Martinez, obviously. And Ian Martinez has gone under 85% of the time in the last 20 at home, I believe. So him and Great Osborne obviously have both gone under in this mark. And then Great Osborne has gone under 70% of the time in the last 20. So as you can see, they both have a pretty good hit rate on the under at home. And especially when playing with each other. On the under, it's really favored. So that's what we're going to do for Great Osborne and Ian Martinez. And I'll show you here, basically Air Force and Utah. This is the point spread. So both of those guys that I showed you, Ian and Great Osborne, they're going to be on Utah State 22, one of the best programs in the nation, obviously. And on the money line, they're minus 1600, which is crazy. Minus 16 point spread, which is massive, obviously. And the total is looking like around 138, so not super high scoring, but we're just definitely going to go on the under on these guys. Obviously, we've been finding value on underdog on the unders, but this spot just looks really good for their unders. And then that's the first slip, guys. And then the second one, Nick Davidson, Xavier Dussel lower, and then DeMar DeRozan higher. So I'll go ahead and show you guys this one as well. So Nick Davidson, his hit rate on the under is also great. He's obviously on Nevada playing Fresno. I'll show you the point spread on this one as well. But Nick Davidson has a great hit rate on the under, especially at home on the under. So that's why we're picking that. And then obviously DeMar DeRozan against the Bucks has never gone under 4.5 assists. And I know I just said that Milwaukee's going to probably blow them out, but in all of these games, he's getting over 40 minutes and like over 35 minutes. He's getting a lot of minutes. So DeMar DeRozan, you know, he does have risk for blowout, but he hasn't gone under this mark. And we know that Milwaukee has had Chicago's number, obviously. So here I'm expecting DeMar DeRozan to go over again. He's been going over this line consistently. I like this one, especially with a dry board. I think this is a really good play. And then Fresno versus Nevada, real quick. Xavier Dussel is on Fresno, so I'm going under on him. He has a good hit rate on the under. And you can see here Fresno is the underdog by 14.5, so Nevada's expected to win by 14.5. So basically what I expect to happen is for Nevada to blow Fresno out and for Nick Davidson to have a bad game, which will also mean that Xavier Dussel, who's on Fresno, will also have a bad game because they're getting blown out. So that's basically what we're expecting here, guys, on this slip on underdog. And this is what I got basically today, guys. It's not a lot of value on the board, not a lot of big edges in college basketball. Like, that's where we've been finding our edges. So this is just what I got for you guys today. Yesterday, guys, we had a couple slips cash for us, namely on chalkboard. We had been on a massive losing streak on chalkboard, and it just felt super good to have these ones cash. I put both these on my story and in the winnable. Steph Curry promo at 15.5 points. That was a pretty good promo. You know, I was a little scared because Curry has sold me in the past, but you know, I think he had like 8 threes or something like that against the Knicks. So amazing game from Curry. Brooke Lopez, I was scared about this one because they were blowing Charlotte out, and I was scared that they were gonna pull him, and then he got it, and I was so glad because I'm so glad that I had the adjustable lines, because he was at like 14.5 or no, I think he was at 15.5 or something like that. So if I didn't adjust the line to be lower, then he wouldn't have hit. And then Miles Bridges, that one was a little bit of a sweat, but I think it was fine, honestly. And then Taylor Hendricks obviously has never gotten first quarter assists. That's just basically a free prop. And then on the left side here, you can see Giannis over 17.5. That was free. Jalen Suggs, at the first like half, he had 0. I was like, yeah, this is cooked. You know what I mean? And then like the last the last 2 halves, and I think namely in the fourth quarter, he just had like three pointers, you know, and I was like, what the hell? He just exploded, which is good for me, obviously. And then Gordon Hayward, less than a 3-pointer made. Hasn't made a 3-pointer in I don't even know how long. So both the chalkboard slips cash. Super excited. We're gonna start a streak on chalkboard. Jonathan Kuminga on sleeper here, as you can see, under a 3-pointer made. Was a little bit scared about that, but we did read that one correctly. Markkanen cashed super early. I wasn't really worried about that at all. And then Wemby obviously cashed very easily. And in a big upset, by the way, San Antonio beating OKC. I did not expect that. But as you can see, the sleeper slip did cash. The other one that we had yesterday that I said would cash for Miles Bridges pissed me off, man. Miles Bridges got 10 rebounds somehow. He never gets 10 rebounds. He just decided to get 10 rebounds. So the free money that we had, gone. We would have basically profited on the day, but as you can see, the last couple of days pretty slow. Wednesday, not a great day. Yesterday, not a great day. We ended up the month a little bit slow, but as you can see on the month, still a profit of $520 or 52.0 units on the month. So if you're betting $100 on each play, you'd be up $5,200 on the month, which is insane. Obviously, we bet $10 unit sizes, so that means that we're up $520 on the month. So an amazing month for us, quite frankly. But honestly, I think March is going to be even better of a month. And if you guys do love the channel, you guys love the picks, you guys keep coming back, support the channel, go over to the Instagram, drop a follow, drop a like on some of my reels. Gonna be posting more on there as well. I always say that, but I will be posting more on there. And I'll always have the free picks video for y'all in here, but sometimes, I got to get my Instagram engagement up. So I would appreciate if you guys, support the channel. If you guys do like the picks, we're going to be running it up in March. And last thing is basically the premium plan. I did end the free trial for a month on the premium plan. So I was doing it for a month basically, and now I'm not offering that anymore. If you guys do use any of my codes that I have for any of these apps, on Sleeper Joe Froze, on Underdog Joe Froze, or on Prizepicks, just message me, DM me, like send me a screenshot or something like that. If you do that, I'll give you a month free of VIP. That's the only way that I'm gonna be giving out free VIP for a month. And on this one, I believe there'll be like a 7-day trial on the premium plan. That's it. That's the most that I'm gonna be doing on that one, guys. We might do a sale for premium later in the month. Maybe I'll do like a 50% off or something like that, right when like March Madness comes around, so we can get more people on. But I think right now we're just going to keep it at 150. So if you guys obviously are interested, we do the premium, and last month we went up $520 or 552 units basically in February. So I expect March to be even better, and we're just getting started, guys. So I'm super excited. That's all I got for you guys today, and peace out.